Hello and welcome back to the Aether Keep, where today we are exploring some very intriguing alternative methods of dealing with Emblem Ike, but it's going to take a few replays to get there, so please bear with me. Hey, I'm your host, Dark Levin. So sorry there was no second video last week. I was undergoing pretty serious character development to become Dark Levin, and just didn't have it in me. So thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for bearing with me. Not the best time, but now I'm hanging out playing Aether raids with you, which is better than being lit on fire by an army of gnomes or something. It's better than a lot of things. I enjoy this. Thanks for being here. Okay, let's talk about the team. It's actually exactly the same team I ran last Dark Season, because I spent a great deal of time trying to come up with a new team that would, I wanted to come up with a cool return trap that would just threaten so much space in such an unpredictable way that it didn't matter if you tried to omni-tank it with Emblem Ike. But I found that whenever you actually just moved Ike into the range of any of the units involved, he would bait them and ruin the whole thing, and it didn't work at all because a complaint I was talking about with this unit before is that the way the AI works makes him nearly impossible to deal with in so many of the ways that you would want to. And I'm not saying he's unbeatable, I'm not saying he has no weakness, I'm not saying no counters exist. What I'm saying is that there are things that should beat this unit, but because of the way the AI is programmed, because of how it prioritizes things and what moves it chooses to take and in what order, many things that should work to beat him, in fact, do not. And that is what grinds my gears about this unit. But get ready to see a whole lot of Emblem Ike this week, because he's kind of the thing, and at least this time we did manage to use high threat range to get by him, which this kind of Cavline-esque setup just works better to threaten space and get by him than my return trap plan ever would have. And we get away with this one pretty scot-free because of that, but yeah, this is the way to do it. This is the best solution I've found, because the other, like, true solutions involve either, like, an incredibly specific unit named Young Duo Robin, like, that's, like, the unit that they're selling as a hard counter, or a huge amount of investment and, like, very specific counters that don't work against a lot of other things. Like, you kind of need, like, Fatal Smoke 4 and Hardy Bearing and still, like, a lot of bulk and some other things. It's just a pain. Just a pain, but sometimes the stars line up and you don't have to fight Emblem Ike. And I mean, full back line, not enemy phase units really, you can kind of tell what happens, and I think we can just kind of spam tap through this because you and me both, we're cultured, we're on FEH for Aether raids, we've been in the trenches, we know a thing or two, and we know where that one's going. On to something a little bit more interesting, where we actually got a success that counted. What are the chances in the Age of Emblem Ike? That's rare to see. Unlikely footage. And I love seeing Brunya. I love that Brunya's still out here. I hate the extent to which she should not be here. Oh, to go back to those days. What fun Aether raids was back in ye old times. I still remember vividly the day I plus 10 to Brunya. So what do we have here? Basically the Emblem Ike strat, just not using Emblem Ike, using Altina. And I think perhaps not fully conceiving of the range expansion that is afoot. So we actually get to have sort of a large turn and kind of just snap on him. And when you do that much on turn 1, it's kind of over. Alright, so on to the next one, where, thanks to 300 bonus week, we managed to get one. And minus 20, I don't care about no minus 20. That ain't a single thing. That doesn't occupy any brain cells in my mind. Would you look at that? It's the other Robin. Because you can also just use them together and become even more powerful. I mean, get used to this duo, am I right? The first duo emblem unit, basically. But the rally trap does anything. Look at that 15, that would have been 75! But Gateau is fair and balanced, which is true. Gateau is fair and balanced. I don't think Gateau is like a busted, overpowered unit that should be taken out of the game. It is certainly of these two units, he is not the one who is the problem. But, you know, in the state of this meta, when I lazily leave a team up and am able to get a KO like that out of it, I feel pretty good. I'm very happy with the results of that work. It's another one of these. They can take some time, do some things. That is very intelligent movement. Yeah, they played that pretty well. But they took one loss, and I accept that. And the next day we get 2 foes defeated. They take it, I take it. Everyone gets to be happy. Because this true counter that I wanted to tell you about for Ike is, in fact... You're gonna hate me when I tell you, it's so obvious. The true counter is... RNG. It's literally RNG. Because you can see this match has no Ike in it whatsoever. We're finally free! And when he's not here, the team works! We even have, like, the other most broken unit in the game. And we do just fine into that thing! I think. Probably? I don't know. What happens here? Let's find out. We're watching it together. So he's putting down his lockdownies, but the thing about everything is that Duo Asker with some skill inheritance is a monster, and I wish I'd gotten more copies of Ike so they could have Lagoo's friend, but that's not the world we live in, unfortunately. Anyway, having an AoE on Leon like that, and not even pre-charging it, is unhinged behavior that I have to respect, I think. And, yeah, I mean, you know how this thing... We all know how this thing works. We can just fast forward through this one. But they didn't get the pots, so I consider this a massive W. The -0 no pots is... I am asserting dominance with that one. And here we have this! This is the RNG I'm talking about. A full loss in lift loss control. How wonderful, how beautiful, and... Oh, would you look at that? You know, you already knew it was going to be here. This is not a surprise. But guess what? So as not to reveal the secrets of the Ike players, we're just going to spam tap through this, because I don't think anyone among us has much to learn from this. This music is far too inspiring for this replay. And that's what'll do. We're gonna find something here. Yeah, this is about right. This is chill. I like this song a lot. By the way, I finally painted my nails again. To anyone who missed that, to anyone who noticed. Look at this is what I'm talking about. This is the real counter for Ike. You just have to roll lift loss control, make those your losses, get the win in the middle. For me, this is an easier strategy than pulling this unit. I tried and I got another Fabale for some reason, which I still haven't even foddered to Crom because of who I am as a person. Someone please help me. Anyway, oh, look at which 2 units should it... First of all, we have like the duo of death, but we also have the new weapon triangle meme that's setting it on fire. It's just RNG. Lift loss control, baby. This is the best possible draw in lift loss control. This is literally the best thing that can happen. This exact team is the dream coming true. I'd like to say thank you to Naga, Milla, I guess Naga again for Jugdrill. Yoon? A lot of these games don't have so many gods in them. Sothis? So that was this one? You just watched this? No. Oh, this one wasn't even lift loss control. We somehow won this. That's absurd. Shout out to Duo Sonaki still being a good unit. Sorry. Anyway, back to what I was saying. This is actually another one of those death duos. So I guess my RNG's not even that good. I guess I'm just running off of pure skill. I'm really sorry, I'm so disorganized. Dark Levin, whole new personality. I'm still figuring out sort of the dregs and the details of this. What's going on here? Why hasn't Drowner danced? Oh, because of Milla. I see. But now, Igrin can do Igrin stuff. Am I crazy? But this is the one I lose? This is the one I lose? I win the one before this and I lose this one? The AI thing I'm talking about again. She just can't go. I mean, she would. If she didn't go first, well, no, she was blocked out. So, I got outplayed. I got outplayed. But it's like I have the counter right there, and she's not being stopped. And because of his half the screen AOE pulse smoke, I don't know why they'd make a unit who specifically loses to AOEs have the biggest pulse smoke effect in the game. That's... All of these problem units always have one little thing that puts them over the top to be like absolute fun police, and for Ike it's the pulse smoke. And here we have the one truly bad case of RNG over the whole week. So really I was using my gacha luck to the most, but I mean, if you look at this, 3 full losses in a row, bookend. Only one of them counted, bookended by rare successes that did count. I really can't complain. So let's see what it looks like to actually... Oh yeah, okay, so this is the bootleg strongest duo in the game. You already know. This person used Valencia, so of all the people I could have possibly lost to, I would have chosen this one. Happy about that, at least. And the real thing here is that Scowl is strong. It turns out that Scowl is pretty strong. My brain looks at this and says, Lumeria gets clowned by Asker, but I've seen the tapes. I can't stay on that way of being. I'd rather be right than wrong, and you saw it right there. Scowl is strong. Scowl also actually keeps Tiki alive versus Ike here, so at least we can force a stalemate. Lameo, Raffle, question mark, TBD, plus ratio. Because, yeah, just any stat swing at all, and that goes out the window, because even though dude gets no stats, no defensive stats in his kit, really, other than his A slot, dude just has ridiculous ones in the first place. Fascinating. 2 more, let's go quick. What do we have here? We have this unit, but we don't have any Ike. Another rare roll. And, no matter how much you move around the traps to try and outplay your opponent, they can always roll the dice on you, you know? No matter how intelligently you've placed it, no matter how much you've tried to make a level 2 place that they'll guess the wrong one, they can literally flip a coin and pick either of them. There's nothing stopping anybody from doing that. And trap gambles will forever be the death of me. But what was this whole video about? The real strat is RNG, and we won the RNG this time. It looks like they did, but this didn't count. So I win. I'm the RNG winner this time. And, able to, just looking my red Hardy Bearing Brave unit in the eye and still getting out far enough is infuriating, but we let it roll off our back like so much rain to a duck? That's where that phrase comes from, right? It's like a duck? Let it roll off our back because it can't hurt me. It didn't hurt me. This means nothing to me. I'm better. I'm stronger. I'm more powerful. And I'm Dark Levin. And I'll have my revenge. I did successfully rematch both the people who actually took lift from me today because I'm Dark Levin now. And that's what I'm about. Okay, one more, and would you look at that? We get the perfect Revenge, I guess? Redeem? There is a word for this, and I'm gonna think of it as soon as I hit stop recording, and I am going to punch myself in the eye. But this is the perfect way to redeem my past failure. Now check this out, see? He's got advantage up, he's got all of his buffs, he's even putting down, you know, Panic Smoke, Omega Stat Swings, but there is one unit who's very far away and doesn't have to deal with all that nonsense. And his name is actually two people. It's Asker and Embla, and they have 1 billion defense, and it works, and it feels great when it works. So that's pretty much my week on defense. Dogger continues to be a very good unit, but there's only so much you can do. And that's that. This name looks familiar. I think this is not the... I feel like I have run into them in AR in the past month, so... Hi, Denim, or Denam, or Denam, or... I don't know how to say your name. But that is my week in defense, and I hope that... sharing the secret of RNG with you can help weather the storm that is Emblem Ike. For those of us who don't happen to have the right pieces to really counter him effectively. Again, just thanks for being here. If you made it this far, subscribe to this channel. Maybe subscribe to my main over on Levin City. I might stream a very special game tonight or later this week or something. I have a lot of plans, and life is such that none of them ever amount to anything. But I do appreciate you being here, and I appreciate your subscription, and I will be back with more FEH content pretty soon. I'm not going to promise it's going to be real soon, because we know what happened last time. But Dark Levin out. Thanks for being here. Till then.